This is the giant red form of Drosera burmannii, and it's a very beautiful form, developing some really nice red coloration under bright light intensity. And they're not as large as they can be, since these are only a year old, grown from seed, and they're quite clumped in this small 2-inch pot that I have them growing in at the moment. But they're also very close together, since when you're germinating these, or sowing these small seeds, it's really hard to tell where they're going, since they're so incredibly small. But regardless, the plants tend to outcompete each other, and you'll get some really vigorous plants regardless of how many you sow, unless they're just incredibly cramped where you have just seeds all over the place. But if you want to avoid this, you can either tweezer the seeds, or if you can see them, or plantlets when they're or the seedlings when they first germinate. Just pick them up with the tweezers and you can spread them to the desired location in the pot. But this is a very easy form, and I highly recommend it. It's a bit uncommon in cultivation for some reason, since I'm not sure if it was just recently introduced or what, but it is a very prolific flowerer, and you can see how many scapes it's already sent up here. That seed I showed you earlier was sort of remnants from when I was collecting a few weeks ago from the stalks, and the seed inadvertently falls down onto the media, since there's just so many that are produced by each flower. And but that's the reason it's known to become a weed in collections, is just you can see how many fell just in the process, and all that seed will eventually germinate. And so if that was in another pot that you were growing, say like right next to it, such as this pot, you could see how eventually these guys would spread all over the place. But you can sort of see the flower stalk here, one of them that went up into the lights, and this is ready to harvest. The brown stalks, when they're dry, mean they're ready, but you may want to harvest all forms of Drosera burmannii earlier than this, since if you want to avoid their weedy tendency, just make sure that you collect them before the seeds are already falling out on their own. But there you have it. I hope this becomes more common in cultivation in the near future, and we're doing our best to spread it around. So that was Drosera burmannii, the giant red form.